As we do the interview today, it's about a week or so beyond when the Southern Baptists said women can't be pastors, even though in the way the Southern Baptist Church and all Baptist churches are set up, the local church has the final say, so the local church doesn't have to listen to the larger convention when it makes those sorts of idiotic statements about women in ministry. So it is very real that women are discriminated against in most, if not all, of our, certainly Christian churches. And every once in a while, a woman or a man will ask me, why do you stay? In fact, that question came up not all that long ago. Within the last year, I was talking with Gloria Steinem, and she's like, she's trying to understand why I do what I do, and she's just sort of, it just seems that it's just so unhealthy for women, and she's right in a way. It is unhealthy for women. It's often unhealthy for men too, and the reason it's unhealthy is because we refuse to really listen to the gift of wholeness being offered in Scripture. Now, the Bible is a very complex book. It's got a lot of stuff in it I take issue with. It's got a lot of stuff in it I really celebrate. The Bible is authoritative in my life. It is not the authority in my life because I understand experience to be important. I understand history and tradition to be important. And I understand even being able to use my rational side to be important as I integrate that all with my emotional side, and as I look at Scripture with that. But one of the things that I see very consistently in Scripture when one learns the biblical languages and is able to then start to translate the Bible for her or himself is that we've gotten a lot of our cultural baggage about men and women wrapped up even in the translation of the Bible from King James forward. And a lot of things that are appointed male or female really don't have those kinds of gender understandings when you look at the original Greek or Aramaic or Hebrew. And so I pay attention to that. And then I look around me and I see men and women are capable of doing many of the similar sorts of jobs. And I don't understand why sometimes we're assigning some to men and some to women. The church gets caught up in all of that. The church, rather than being a leader out of that kind of sexism, seems to perpetuate it. So I stay in the church, even though I know it's risky business, because I do think that some of us need to stay in there and keep pushing for change, who believe the church is not perfect, but can be a place of hope and healing for many more people than it is. And if I leave, and all of us leave the church who believe that, then those folks who practice injustice have won. And I just don't believe in walking away from a good fight. Perhaps it's my background in sports growing up, where you just don't back down when you've got a challenge in front of you. You meet it head on, and if you don't have the right stuff at the time, you go get it for another time. And so for me, I stay in the church. With as much as it gives me strength and courage and hope, and for as much as it gets on my last nerve, I stay in the church, because I really can't see giving up and walking away and allowing those who would call me less than to have the final say about my life. I really think that's God's business, not theirs.